for me, it's not saying, okay, I want to win the Champions League, but if this year afterwards was wasted time, I think it's not worth. It's not worth. So as long as I'm enjoying the journey, I'm really pleased with my life.
Well, Oliver, as always, lovely to see you in the Players' Lounge here at Crystal Palace, which is very impressive. But let's talk about yourself and football. Where did your love affair with football begin, and why did you end up coming into the sport?
I can't remember so long ago, but this was just what my mom told me, you know, and whenever a ball was laying, I was just kicking it, and I think there it started, you know, the love. Just played football in my home village, very small village in Austria, and playing with my friends. It started in very, very early days.
What was the name of your first team?
My first team is SV Riedau.
Mm-hmm.
So Riedau is I can't say city, you know, it's a 2,000 resident village. I'm still living there, so we built our house there 25 years ago. And my best friends are still living there, so my best friends are my childhood friends. And whenever I come home, it's not so often, but when I come home, you know, we go for a dinner or playing tennis together or playing golf together, and this will always stay my home base. And of course, it's now I'm traveling around the world, but the home base will always stay Riedau.
In terms of the team, when you joined it, can you remember the people that you played with? Are they still your best friends?
Yes, again, it started with 6 there, but then I was with 15 years, I played first team football. It was also non-league football, as the 6th league in Austria. And I stayed there, and then with 18, after graduating, I got an offer from SV Ried, the club I played 19 years for later, and they were in the 2nd league at that time in Austria. And then I said, okay, let's try. It was like semi-professional. I studied next to it in Salzburg. Then in '95 we got promoted, and then I said, okay, now I tried starting a football career. You know, I stopped studying and really said, okay, now I'm 100% focused on playing football, and it worked quite well.
You had a really successful playing career as a defender, but then of course it was cut short. It wasn't your choice to retire. Talk us through what happened that caused you to end your playing career.
Yes, I played many years, so I was not a freshman at that time when I had to retire. I was almost 37.
So you had a brilliant career, hadn't you?
Yes, a very long career, and I enjoyed playing football. I enjoyed being in a team. And even then, when I was 37, and yes, then I had my crash, you know, head to head, and an aneurysm and surgery, and also here everything went well at the end, and then I had to retire. But I think it was time. My wife always said, "Well, you would have never retired," you know, because I love playing football. Again, I love to be in a team, and maybe that's why I became a manager later, you know, because I love to be in a team. I love to support players. I love players, human beings, you know, people.
For those that don't know, it was a head injury that you had. You had a brain hemorrhage, and then you had an operation, didn't you? But it's clearly changed your whole perspective. Would you say it shaped how you think? Has it changed your attitude?
No, I don't think so. No.
Were you like this before? Even you were able to use these negatives in such a positive way?
Yes, I think so. It was, let's say, more a confirmation what I was thinking before. Never take anything for granted. Of course it was 50-50 to survive. So.
Was it?
Yeah, it was what I was told afterwards. You know, in the moment you don't know, but it was told afterwards. It was much, much tougher for my wife and for my children at that time, because that they need to do an emergency surgery, and she had to give her okay. You know, you're at home on the phone in Austria expecting your husband to play football, and then you have to say okay, and they say okay, it's dead or alive. You know, and this is tough. Then because I can't remember. You know, so for me it was not tough. It was just I woke up the next morning and I thought, oh, where I am? I couldn't remember. I didn't know that this happened. And then pressed the button when you're in the hospital, and the nurse came in and asked what's going on. Wow. And so it was really tougher for my family. Also at that moment, took the phone and turned it like to a selfie because I didn't know what's. Then I could see okay when it was the whole head was it was cut, and then you say, oh. And this is then the perspective where I think sometimes, and this helps in the morning, we all know this complaining about little things, really little things, and then I think it's not really important, Oliver, come on. And this is maybe that helped me to create the mindset to really get back into a good mood and enjoying quickly.
Has there been a turning point at all in your career? Is it that?
Of course, it's yeah, I don't know, I think who we are starts how we grow up. And nobody, we don't know where we got born in and everything, so it's for me, it's, my mom was a single mom, and she had to work, we needed money, and we didn't have a lot of money, but I still feel I had everything I needed to have a great childhood, even without having, being rich, let's say, or money or whatever, yeah. So boots always, I got from the Easter Bunny, and I loved it, we couldn't buy 3 boots a year, it was not possible, but 1, and it was great. And all this stuff, I think that keeps me grounded, that keeps me humble. I know where I'm coming from, I will never forget it. On the other side, and this I'm really telling my players, we should never forget we're all living our childhood dream. Everyone, when I grew up with 5 TV channels. There was no internet at that time. Yeah, and then I was allowed to watch football when it was at 8 in the evening. I had to go to bed because it was cool, but when there was a football game, I was allowed to watch it, and then sitting as a small boy there, and wow, yes. And then you could see a few times, like now it's the Champions League, then it was a European game, and even then, wow, I remember Liverpool in the 80s, and there was everybody, I remember, it's really like it was yesterday, and sitting there and saying, wow, I would love to be involved in this. And now I am. And so then with all the challenges we have in our job, then this is for me when it's more this than my injury. Then I sit back, I have here 1 or 2 spots when it's very busy and everything. Then I leave the training ground early, I go there, hopefully it's a sunny weather, drinking a cup of coffee, and then I, let's say, recharge and think, Oliver, with all this stuff, come on, don't complain, don't mourn. You're living your childhood dream. When you were a boy, you wanted to be here, yeah, and now you are. So come on, be positive and enjoy what you are doing. And it takes me usually maximum 1 hour, and then I'm back on track.
You've obviously gone on to have an incredibly successful managerial career. We don't have time to talk about all of it because you've achieved so much, be it at Frankfurt, be it here at Crystal Palace now as well. But when you look back so far, what's the highlight, the standout of your managerial career?
Honestly, for me, the highlight is the whole journey. For me, the highlight is getting so many great people known and sharing great moments with them, and also sharing great moments with my family. Yes, the finals, and winning the Europa League and winning the FA Cup. My whole family was here, and then this kind of emotions is always, I tell the players, you can't buy it. You have to deserve it, and that makes it so special for me, because it's also it's something different if you get a gift. Yeah, it's nice, and you're enjoying it. But if you had to work for achieving something, and then yeah, exactly, and then you achieve your goal with all the effort, it feels better. Yeah, let's say it's your effort. I know no Oliver Glasner, no player, no chairman, no owner could achieve it, no fan, but we all together could. Yeah, with this spirit, with this working together, supporting each other, we could achieve winning the FA Cup, we could achieve winning the Europa League, we could win against Liverpool in the Community Shield. All these moments, sharing with people I like, with people I had a great time with, I think this is something special. And this is what I'm really enjoying, and the result is the trophy. Yeah.
Tell me one thing about yourself that might surprise me.
I don't know what. I think you would be surprised when you have seen the 18 or 19-year-old Oliver Glasner. He was much wilder than he is now.
Wild in what way?
Yeah, you know, I don't know how you say when you graduate at school, you know, you go for on a holiday with your school
Friends, yeah.
It was the school with the class,
Yeah.
you know, and we went 2 weeks to Ios, you know, the Greek island.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a huge party island at that time. We went there for
Oh,
2
okay.
weeks, and it was 2 weeks just partying, from sunrise till sunrise.
And you're telling me you don't do that now, no?
No, I don't do it anymore. And it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it also. You know, I would say every time in your life it's good how it is. You know, these wild times you need to develop. That's why I'm also, I think, a little bit more patient with our young players. I'm just thinking they should party a little bit more than they are doing.
Get out of the system.
Yes, exactly. Because now with all the phones, with all the videos, you know, they're always worried that something gets published and no, and it's good that you haven't been there and have seen me, and nobody has seen me, and especially my parents haven't seen it.
You have just said it on television.
Yes.
You just told us.
No, and it's just, I think it's part, you know. You need many experiences in your life to grow, and yes, a few I would like to say maybe it would have been better I haven't done it, but it's part of it. Yeah, and making mistakes, and that's what I'm really telling my players always. Making mistakes helps you to grow. And I made some mistakes in my life, of course. My children are between 15 and 24, and then you wanted they avoid the mistakes you made in this age, but you can't because, and then it's good. Yeah, they need the experience and the players.
So you're telling them to go partying when they finish uni?
Of course. Of course they do it. They don't ask, so they do it. And no, it's good. You know, and it's the same with young players. As I said, I want to help and support them, but on the other side, I know they have to make their own experiences. Yeah? And then there will be a few mistakes they make, and maybe we'll lose a game. Yeah? If players learn from it and grow and develop, then they enter the next level. Yeah? And this is just, I think, how life works.
What do you still want to achieve? What does the rest of your career want to look like?
I want to enjoy what I'm doing. That's my biggest goal. And because I know then, as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing, if I'm enjoying being a manager, I can affect the group I'm working with, I can affect the environment I'm working with, and we will be successful. Yeah? So I think I'm always surrounded with great stuff, you know. And again, it's not just Oliver Glasner. We need everyone here, and a great group of players. And then if we enjoy the time together, we will be successful. And this is what I want, because for me it's not saying, okay, I want to win the Champions League, but if this year afterwards was wasted time, I think it's not worth. It's not worth. So as long as I'm enjoying the journey, I'm really pleased with my life.
What do you need to enjoy it? Just progress?
So for me, it's working hard together to improve, because this is what drives me. Yeah, is not being satisfied. I said once to players, you know, if they want to stay in their comfort zone, they should let me know, because then I go into my comfort zone. Yeah, that's with my family in Austria, playing golf and tennis. It's relaxing. Yeah, but here, and I'm here to be successful. Yeah, to achieve something together. Yeah, but if I'm the only one who wants this, I'm on the wrong place. But if we all want this, we can do it. And this was what I told the players last year, at the beginning of last year. And the players said, okay, no, we want to achieve. We are willing. And then it's not to tell, it's to show and to do. Yeah? And then the players showed and the players did. And I think that's why at the end we could lift the trophy.
Oliver, thank you so much. I hope we continue seeing you over here in England rather than back skiing or playing golf in Austria.
Thank you.